Just answering questions with WAPTech Part 2. I get interrupted several times and screwed up. Here we go! Let's see how far I can screw it up. How do you feel about gun laws? On the video, I told everybody that the people who make the laws are usually have a conflict of interest. They're usually lawmakers, bribed lawyers that got elected as our representatives and ignore us the instant they walk into the building. Do you believe we should get to keep all our guns, or that we should be ripped from them? That last one is a meme. There's only a couple of actual real incidents in the United States or in other countries where door-to-door gun confiscations have happened. This is a meme people use because it's a trigger and a dog whistle to people who are gun rights activists. It is a worthless thing to bring up. I don't believe guns should be confiscated from someone unless they have gone out of their way to prove that they qualify for that. And oddly enough, one of the groups that qualifies for having their guns taken from them and being barred from owning them are people who advocate for the violent overthrow of the United States, or people who flaunt the fact that they got away with owning a gun legally that most people can't have. If you're an elitist with a gun, I think you should be considered a problem. Because if your point of having a gun is to be better than the next door neighbor, you should be brought down to their level, in my opinion. Punyon. Next, I have a problem in this country of us having a law against certain guns, but only rich people get to break that law by just paying a damn tax. It's about money, power, and who gets to hold it. We all have the ability legally to overrule every single one of these idiots, and we don't do it. That I have a problem with. I also have a problem with people being uneducated on guns. Yuck. So, and the thing is, I'm not the smartest at all on the subject, but I can look up stuff. And I find that most gun advocates are proudly ignorant of basics about guns to the point that it frightens me. And then you run into someone like Farmers for Truth, who damn well knows what he's doing, who gets shit. He got some negative comments. I want to smack somebody for it. I'm not going to do that. But seriously. You have to be at least as smart as Farmers for Truth. Okay? I'm making a silly joke. But no, really. Watch his channel. That's smart. That's not hard to do. Sane. If you're not sane, I don't think you should have a gun. Next, should we get to keep all of our guns? No. I think everybody should be legally required in school, not high school, I mean in high school, not in college, high school, to be really, really, really conversant in the characteristics about guns, period. If you're going to require sex education, I want gun education, because both of them are big problems in this country. Trust me, my whole history, you know it was. I'm just kidding. And next. I've been against guns since childhood, but now that I'm older, I have got a different view on it now. I'm just curious. I don't know much about the subject. Not having a lot of knowledge in the subject is what does it. Just read a lot. Read really old books on the technicalities of what a gun is. All the different kinds. Don't read up about the laws. As far as I'm concerned, they're just BS. Just learn about the guns first until you have to own one. What kind of guns can I have a license to carry in California? You have to go to the local police station and say, you're a police officer in California. You have to know these laws, otherwise you wouldn't be able to carry a gun in California all the time. And if you can carry a gun all the time in California, well, let's do that as a standard. You can carry it anywhere, because they're more restrictive. Well, more restrictive than most states. So, since you said you don't know, you basically ask the police officers at the station, talk to one of the liaison people, what is the safest gun to carry in California with the least amount of trouble to be able to carry it continually for personal safety and defense. Tell them, I'm not currently under threat, I want to know this. Don't say you're getting one immediately. Say, I want to know this today. As of now, what would be the easiest one to carry without being harassed by a police officer, being able to carry it, and not have any restrictions placed on me for carrying it, and what are the restrictions in areas with the least amount of restrictions. And you might find out it's a simple pistol. It might be a specific brand they prefer. Just ask the police officers what would set off your alarms the least, and say, because I want to be able to carry one. And they'll tell you the restrictions are this, this, and this. I recommend a magazine-fed, very small pistol personally. Keep the magazine in one place, the gun in the other, load it rack the slide. I want you to get one with a slide so you can do it easier. Train yourself and shoot at least 500 rounds to get to where you can at least operate it manually. And don't aim. Look up every video. Aiming is worthless. Just look up those videos. Don't aim. Hit center of body mass of a target. Next, if you have to use it, I'm going to tell you flat out, you will screw up, you will choke, you'll end up shooting yourself in the foot. You're not going to hit the target. I'm just saying that. Cops screw up and shoot themselves in the foot sometimes. So you're not going to be able to really defend yourself with a gun. Most likely. Not because you're male or female, young, old, fat, thin, doesn't matter. Even the world champion shooter in the world for speed shooting screwed up once when he had to defend himself. A long time ago. This is not the one currently. Accept this. Plan for it. The best way not to get shot is to not be in line of fire. Then you have some time. I'm not familiar. Okay. Are you ex-military? I have never been listed on any checklist, roster, or list of personnel in any military, police, or anything else affiliated anywhere else ever. I know for a fact there are no records anywhere on the entire internet saying otherwise. Why does everybody bring this up? Next, even with zero muzzle flash, yes, this is Las Vegas. I showed... I'm not going to spell check. I would guess light would be visible as curtain blows around and window, all one word, smashes. Paddock would need light to move around, reload, etc., etc. But I don't see it. Sadly, it is so hard with night cell videos. But this probably should be visible in most closer vids. To me, the strobe light being on seems almost on purpose. It was a blue triangle bicycle warning light, like for a road or whatever. Someone set it up in the room, maybe because they were tripping balls on acid. It's Vegas! Maybe he was having some chick strip for him at the... Seriously, have you... Go to Vegas, don't tell anybody you're going there. Tell everybody your name is Mr. Smith. Have a bunch of fun, then come back to the comment section. And tell them hi from me. They'll get kicked out. Next! Like everything else, strobe, 7 shooters, helicopters, pyramids, Illuminati cards... on Aldine's arm, Jason Aldean, Jack and Ace. They're not Illuminati cards. They're playing cards. And he's in Vegas. And he's a hillbilly. I'm just kidding. He's a country singer. Look, are you actually from the United States? Do you know anything about this place? Do you know about us? I grew up in a town that the mayor's office was a converted brothel and gambling establishment. I'm not kidding you. That literally is what the building was. And on the ground floor, it was still a saloon. It's a tourist distraction. What country are you coming from? And please use spell check. Next. Firecrackers, etc., etc. To confuse on info overload, to make police and crazy conspiracy theorists go around in circles looking for multiple shooters, while real killers or Paddock plan to possibly run out with escaping crowd. Don't ask questions, folks. Trust your Gov Lombardo, who already lied. We 100% know Saddam did 9/11. Saddam didn't do 9/11. Saddam? Not Saddam. No. Gasses his people. Are you talking about the guy running Syria? Hillary's a good person. No, she's a witch from Dimension X. Trump's bad. No, Trump's not bad. Trump's a moron. He's an ignorant moron. He's old. I want the old, I want the 35, no, I want the 40-year-old Trump. Can we get that one? He'd be fine. I'd vote for him. I would have. I'm not kidding. Not because he was Democrat at the time, but because he was actually running a going concern in a business. I'm not going to talk about it. We 100% Saddam? Anyway, next. Arab Spring was about democracy and helping people. And don't worry about Operation Northwest, Mongoose, Gladio. You brought Gladio up. I have a video on that, where they are going to attack USA to pass their agenda. Which one? Which one is it this week? There are certain words you need to stop using. They don't mean that. I don't think that word means what you think it means. You keep using it. Don't worry about 90% negative Trump coverage. How about the very high negative opinion most people have in the United States of him? He disappointed people who voted for him. Some of them are still in denial of him doing literally what he said he was going to do when they thought he was just lying about it. They didn't take him at his word when he actually wasn't lying. CNN, whatever. Calling for bloodshed it's not like Scalise got shot by Bernie Bro. Or Texas church shooter, San Francisco wannabe attacker. All like Antifa, lefty, ISIS bullshit. They're not associated with Antifa. They're not associated with lefties. And in one case it was associated with ISIS. Openly. Paddock bought many rifles after election and shot majority Trump gun-loving crowd. No, he didn't. He shot a bunch of random people because he was planning on hitting lots of places, and he bought lots of guns over a long period of time. But a majority of them, after the election, I suppose. Did you notice why he chose to buy them after that point, or was able to? What changes happened after Trump was elected? Do you think might have, I don't know, aggravated it? I don't know. I haven't looked into this. This is an interesting. Should I look that up and rub your nose in it? That was 2 channels back. That got deleted. Why do several recent shooters' identity disappear? Their identities didn't disappear. The police and government take them offline so that they can investigate them without having them open to comment and people deleting their comments. They lock them. I archive them as soon as possible. I object to them being made invisible too. They should just lock them, but things like Facebook and Twitter, sometimes you can't lock the page, you have to make it unlisted. It's faster. No motive, no background. Paddock had an ass ton of motive and background to this. He literally left a ridiculously fat trail the fact he did it, and we've actually found out recently that he'd become a conspiracy theorist, and he was a sovereign citizen wannabe starting up. But that's only from one eyewitness interview. All of the others saying he's a reptilian from planet Zatar, we could do those instead, right? Just another crazy white dude, right? Yeah. I'm going to use that as the title for this video. Not proof, but not a conspiracy theorist for asking questions. No, you're not a conspiracy theorist for asking questions. You're a conspiracy theorist for making assertions, using them as if they're questions when they're not, trying to stick this underneath my videos and distracting people. With the U.S. government track record, we have to ask questions. I agree. And just like trying to get rid of Hillary Clinton, if you would actually stay on topic within the realm of reality, you could get something done. Otherwise, you literally are stupid, crazy conspiracy theorists making up shit and phrasing it as just asking questions because you won't back up what you're saying. You're making an assertion and calling it questions. That's why I call this just answering questions. Because in answering a question, I'm responding to your assertions and pointing out that you're a chicken shit for not backing up what you say. Because you're too lazy to go research this stuff. That's why a lot of these, I don't research it. I just do it off the top of my head. Other times I do. I'm trying to rub your nose in the fact that you're doing worse than a random homeless person in Portland, Oregon answering your questions. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that.